Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. In response to the never-ending spread of COVID-19, our government have found our school shut down in around late March of 2020. For almost half a year and for the entirety of last semester, we have been studying through online class from home. This is the best option for us until the vaccine is found. And luckily, our country has received a vaccine for COVID-19 and has been tested to our president on January 13. The arrival of this vaccine certainly allows us to go back to school in the future. But the school that we will go to may be quite different from the school that we last remember. So that's why we're here, to talk about what should be monitored after reopening of school. My name is Pratama and I'm from Vocational High School of Tugu Baru. Thank you to the Language Center of Lanjang Kuning University and to the most honorable judges for providing me with the opportunity to speak about this today. So, parents are worried about sending their kids back to school. That's for sure because they are afraid their child is infected. But that's not entirely going to happen if schools prepare and monitor what they need to open schools in times like this. Let's take a look at the countries that handle opening their schools. In Japan, which has mostly kept COVID-19 under control, took a conservative approach to reopening schools in June 2020. Japanese students attend class in person on alternating days, so their classrooms are only half full. Lots of silence and social distance. In South Korea, the country deferred opening school 5 times over a 2-month period. At schools that are open, temperature checks are required at entrance, and students are required to wear face masks to prepare for class, with plastic cover placed on the desks to prevent infection. Meanwhile, in Indonesia, the schedule for school to reopen is still unknown, but there are already some schools that will reopen in the green zone. They implement health protocols during learning and also come on certain days. Ladies and gentlemen, besides all of that, we know that they do some strategy to monitor the school after reopening it. And now I'm going to tell you some of strategies of what should be monitored. There are several strategies that school can create and maintain a healthy environment, like clean and disinfect frequently touch the surface, discourage students from sharing items, spacing out sitting by at least 6 feet, and adding physical barriers like sneak guards and physical signs such as tape on the floor to mark 6 foot distance will be a good idea. Then, implement strategies to promote healthy behavior to protect students, staff, and communities, like encouraging students and staff to stay home when sick, washing hands often for at least 20 seconds, covering cough and sneeze with tissues that are then discarded, and then encourage students and staff to wear masks. Schools should also put in strategies in place to maintain a healthy operations. For example, like schedule set as much as possible, putting students into groups and have them stay together throughout each day and across weeks. Trained backup staff should be available to take over in the event of illness where regular staff need to stay home and quarantine. Set student arrival by drop-off time by group. Children should also bring their own food or individually paid meals to be served, but not in the common foods like a canteen. Next, preparing for COVID-19 means having a plan in case someone gets sick at school. This means having how to isolate and transport that person, and notify local health officials and people who may have close contact with the person who is sick. Should also have a guidelines of when the person who is sick can return to school. Above all, this will require more space, more staff, more supplies, and more equipment. This is why we need local government help in our reopening our school. This will also require our teamwork and self-awareness to comply with the health protocols. When it comes to slowing spread of COVID-19, no single strategy is perfect. Think of each strategy as a slice of Swiss cheese. Every strategy has a hole or limitation. However, the holes or limitation of one strategy can be offset by a benefit of another. As you put more strategy in place of like stacks of switches, slice, you are more likely to cover the holes and strengthen your approach to prevent your spread of COVID-19. So, to reopen a school, there are strategies that must be monitored to protect students, staff, and communities. This is the future of our new normal era if we want to continue our education. What I know is we are all in this together. Together, working in the future, out of peril of that we are fighting through. Thank you so much for staying with me. I'm Pratama. Have a great day and I hope to see you again. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.